И всем привет, канал MitrichPlay, и мы продолжаем проходить игру Dragon Age Inquisition. Так. Основной сюжет у нас на очереди. Все карты мы закрыли. Все, что можно было собрать, собрали. Все, что хрен знает где брать, там и осталось. Да. За кадром. Естественно, за кадром. Я скрафтил шмотки. Смотри, красавцы какие. Нет, Кассандра, Варик и Солос у них были выбитые, потому что они лучше крафтовых. Вот Кассандре я скрафтил только щит, потому что он лучше того, который мы выбили. А вот остальным я шмотки крафтил. Ну, естественно, перекрасил. В один цвет. Насколько я понимаю, это лучшие шмотки, которые есть на данный момент. Во всяком случае, чертежей у меня других нет. Вот, кстати, железному быку сделал эксклюзивную шляпу. А, еще я, по-моему, да, я еще сделал несколько рун мега крутых, плюс 50 к урону против демонов. На всех не хватило, но кому хватило, тем поставил в оружие. Ну и так, по мелочи. Острие, древко, где можно было поменять, поменял. Все. Не сказал бы, что это было интересно. Это было нудно. Едва ли кто-то захотел бы это смотреть. Но я думаю, больше мы крафтить ничего не будем. Едва ли что-то новое выпадет из эскизов. Так, у нас сюжет. Бал какой-то там, где-то там. Я про него читал. Там есть какие-то статуэтки, которых ограниченное количество. Они открывают какие-то двери запертые. И статуэток на все не хватит. И не во всех, и не за каждой дверью, типа, ну, важные вещи. Поэтому, я думаю, мы будем собирать все статуэтки, но открывать двери через сохранение загрузку. Если там фуфло, мы ее открывать не будем. Вот. А, я еще, подожди, что-то еще хотел посмотреть. Блин, а где посмотреть? Дружба, не дружба, вот это все. Я вообще посмотрел уже. Через редактор сохранений. Я не понимаю, где в игре смотреть. У нас все на пределе, кроме Блэкволла, Вивиан и Сэры. Поэтому на бал мы возьмем их.
We have to reach the Empress before Corypheus. The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Céline will be meeting for peace talks with the usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
We shouldn't waste any time. Let's go to the Winter Palace.
Let's go. Так, Сэра. Блэкволл. Вивиан. Все, остальные, по-моему... По-моему, да. По-моему, остальные у нас максимальная дружба.
The political situation in Halam Shiral hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
Inquisitor Trevelyan, it is an honor to meet you at last. The rumors coming out of the Western Approach say you battled an army of demons. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
Exactly what would be required to get that Imperial support?
I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. Prepared to shock the Assembly by appearing as the guest of a hateful usurper, my lord? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Duke Gaspard. I look forward to ending this civil war.
As do I, my friend. The Empire needs stability and security, now more than ever. If you have the safety of the Orlesian people at heart, Inquisitor, perhaps you will look into something for me. This elven woman, Briala, I suspect that she intends to disrupt the negotiations. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
That sounds like something I should look into.
Be as discreet as possible. I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
Is that the Inquisitor?
A mage? No, there must be some mistake.
From the circle of
Так, расположение два раза. Немногими исключениями мир дворян и мир магов не пересекаются. Двор смотрит на вас с подозрением. Минус 10 мне дали, да? Понятно.
Is that the Inquisitor?
A martyr? The Maker has an odd...
Pardon me, my lord. You haven't seen a ring lying around, have you? It was a gift from the Countess Montbelliard, enchanted by the Fomari. I cannot go into the ball without it.
That's a terrible predicament.
If the Countess finds out, make her have mercy. Should you happen upon it, I beg you, let me know. Maker! What am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
Расположение двора +5.
Is this the ring you were looking for?
You are a treasure! I cannot believe you found it! You have saved me a lifetime of mortification. How can I thank you enough?
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Gaspard will ruin us.
I wish there was more news coming from the Grand Cathedral.
Good news is becoming an increasingly rare commodity.
Lady Nightingale makes me nervous.
Ключ от хранилища.
Foreigners.
Ты чё? В смысле, а где это?
Interesting.
Подслушать.
Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
Да, беда у них в Орлее. Селина с Гаспаром воюет. Хотя войска воюют, а они, блядь, вон на балу прохлаждаются. Собранные скандальные секреты отнесите Лилиане. Компромат, что ли? Чтобы она могла шантажировать.
Are all the Delancey's here? Maker, I hope not.
Угу. Вот такие
Is
статуэтки.
it true the Inquisitor was handed out of the fate by Andraste?
В принципе, это сюжетка. Я не думаю, что здесь будет прям жесткие баталии. Поэтому сэра Вивьен и Блэквелл
Where has that servant gone?
должны справиться со всем, что нас встретит. Броня и оружие у них достойное. Ну вот я об этом, блядь, говорил, да? Награда фуфло. Но статуэтку мы уже потратили. Но это хер бы с ним, это обучающее.
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please. I must warn you before you go inside. How you speak to the court is a matter of life and death. It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
Don't they sound delightful? I'm shocked we haven't invited the court to dinner at Skyhold.
The game is like Wicked Grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer in the Fade with the Fear Demon.
Might be a good idea for the others to hear this warning. Especially Sarah. Maybe tell her twice.
I'll have a few discreet words. Everything will be fine.
Что-то я уже не в восторге
Andraste watch over us all.
от того, что Сэру взял. Она же не любит всех этих богатеев, знатных. Да, походу, поторопился я. Все закрыто.
If nothing else, the Inquisition backing Gaspard would make Celine nervous. You know how pious she is.
I need to have this jacket let out a little.
I heard the Grand Duke invited
I had
the
hoped to
Inquisition
tour the
here.
Royal Wing Gardens again.
I have heard they are the finest in the Empire. Such a...
Boring.
Can
Хорош.
Gaspard take the throne?
Interesting.
Так они еще и не все срабатывают.
I had no idea.
А, вот этот сработал.
Why are there so many elves here?
The Emperor.
Just gossip.
I can hardly believe Gaspard and Celine are in the same room.
Grand Duchess Florian must have worked a miracle to get them here.
How long can Orzammar hold out with trade disrupted? We have reserves of food supplies to last a few months, but the king wants trade resumed before panic starts.
Who does Orzammar favor in the negotiations?
Что это за дебильная мода такая? В масочках. Нет, я понимаю, бал маскарад, но эти же орлесянцы, они в этих
Gaspard never struck me as pious.
масках
Must
всегда
think he gained
ходят.
some military advantage with the Inquisition.
Идиотизм какой-то.
And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lord Inquisitor Trevelyan of the Ostwick Circle of Magi. Vanquisher of the rebel mages of Ferelden, crusher of the vile apostates of the Mage Underground.
He is so full of it. That's not how it went.
Champion of the Blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor,
А я
Madame
хочу...
Vivienne, first Enchanter of the Circle of Magi, Enchanter of the Imperial Court, Mistress of the Duke of Ghislaine, Warden Blackwall of Valchevin, Constable of the Grey, Bearer of the Silver Right Wings of Valor, Her Ladyship, my bulls each, of course. Sir Callan Stanton Rutherford of Honleaf, Commander of the Forces of the Inquisition, former Knight Commander of Kirkwall. Lady Liliana, Nightingale of the Imperial Court, Veteran of the Fifth Blight, Seneschal of the Inquisition, and Left Hand of the Divine. And Lady Josephine Charette Montillier of Antiva City, Ambassador of the Inquisition.
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
Inquisitor?
Lord Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
I'm delighted to be here, Your Majesty.
We have heard much of your exploits, Inquisitor. They have made grand tales for long evenings. How do you find Halam Shiral?
I've never seen anything to equal the Winter Palace.
We hope you will find time to take in some of its beauties. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
Inquisitor, a word when you have a moment.
Tell me, Yvette, how are my mind?
Can you believe the Inquisition filled its ranks with apostates?
You just know that will end badly.
Meaning she's after you to do more work.
Josephine! Oh, Josephine! Is this him?
Inquisitor, please allow me to present to you my younger sister, Yvette Gabriella Montillier.
Delighted to meet you, Lady Montillier.
Inquisitor, I've heard so much about you, but not as much as I want. Josephine writes, but she never tells me anything. Is it true? You and Josephine are going to elope and move to the Anderfels and join the Grey Wardens and fight Darkspawn? I want to know.
I already packed our bags, didn't I, darling?
I knew it!
Inquisitor, please give her no more ammunition. I beg you.
Родственники.
This may be my only chance to hear about when Josephine was a girl.
Oh yes, as she told you about when she was 10 and...
Yvette, stop.
Fine. What about when we were climbing the cliffs by the...
No.
She once told the Duke of...
Absolutely not.
She still plays with her doll collection when no one's looking.
Yvette, that's absurd. Absolutely preposterous.
Наш дипломат играет с куклами, когда никто не видит. Как это мило.
Which power should the Inquisition throw its weight behind?
Celine has held the throne successfully for years. I see no profit in ousting her. Gaspard has run military campaigns, but never a kingdom. His transition would be, let us say, chaotic.
Так, а это повторяющийся, да? Угу. Тогда пошляемся.
What were they doing in the western approach? It's a wasteland.
По хоромам вашим. Охренеть, это же на какой высоте этот дворец? Что у вас облака, блядь, ниже него.
Is that him?
Are you married, Commander?
I heard Celine was having the entire room redecorated.
Still
But
single?
the timing is Inquisitor, did you need something?
Why would she do
The
such
sooner
a
we
thing
track down
now?
this infiltrator, the better. We'll talk.
Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor.
Вивиан.
And here we are. You haven't embarrassed yourself as much as I feared. Well done, my dear.
Be ready to act when I give the signal.
Always, my dear.
О, расположение двора дала. Да ведь?
How could the Empress afford to renovate the palace
Beats
without
the
war
squire.
going on?
He's a
I
she.
heard that it wasn't
As a
renovations
bastard.
at all.
Extra
the palace was
toes.
damaged by
What
gas
a
fires.
fun, close marrying crowd.
He fired on the Winter Palace? That's monstrous.
Any hidden treasures from friends of your little network?
You mean, do any of the servants ferrying tarts between these windy tits hate them enough to give up a stash or two? I'm not saying yes, but wait, yes I am. There's some good stuff hidden around. Keep an eye out.
Any thoughts on who we're
The Empress is pretty. They're all lying, but Celine's nice. They're all glances and tit. No.
Так, ну отлично. Чуть-чуть подняли расположение сэра, уже хорошо.
Good. I was hoping I would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celine is from her side. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic. I've had dealings with her in the past. She is ruthless and capable of anything.
That sounds exactly like the person we're looking for.
She's worth investigating. Can't be sure of anything here. Both leads point toward the guest wing. It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better. I will be in the ballroom if you need me.
А еще я вычитал, что здесь есть звонки, ну, которые бальные. На них надо... На второй звонок надо приходить на бал.
Any news of Paragon Branca?
Not since the king cut off her supply of castles. Ghastly business.
Тогда будет повышаться расположение. На третий звонок оно будет понижаться.
I had no idea.
Ну и главное не опустить расположение ниже. Ниже какого-то значения. А то можно провалить задание. И нас отсюда типа выгонят.
We are not serving drinks. Order someone else.
Interesting.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one of the garden. Statuette.
Don't I know you from somewhere? Ah. Lord Rudal de Langres, I've seen you in his...
I'm ready for anything. Just give the word.
Wait for my sig...
Нашел, где стоять. Иди танцуй, это же бал. Ты представляешь Инквизицию? Не посрамим.
Waste of time.
Да говно.
I don't like that Grand Duke. Nobody should own as many hunting dogs as he does.
Gaspard is wasting his time.
If I have to clean up another pot...
Nothing he does could win over the
Interesting. Good to know.
Well, well, the Inquisitor. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. How curious.
I didn't know the Grand Duke was your nephew.
He's my brother's eldest boy. Always a difficult child, Gaspard. Never listened, never did what he was told. He was raised a prince. All his life we told him he would be emperor. It was his destiny, his duty. What else should he do with his life, if not fight for his destiny?
Have you noticed anything strange this evening?
My niece Florian hasn't spoken to me all evening. That's not like her.
What can you tell me about the Civil War?
If you are hoping for insight, you've come to the wrong man. It's war. It is brutal, and terrible, and sometimes necessary. There's nothing more to say.
Another time.
Так, ты мне дал +5, да? Спасибо.
Good to know.
We need more servers in the ballroom. Where is everybody?
You don't want to be here, stranger.
He hasn't made the pickup. It's been hours.
You went into the servants' wing. Nobody's come out of there all night.
I'll tell Briella we have a situation.
Philippe should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
Awfully selfish of this Philippe, running off to play and leaving you with all the work.
I've half a mind to inform the Dowager. That would teach him to shirk his duties to roll some elven maid. Tonight of all nights, leaving me to convey Gaspard's death threats to the Council. Wonderful timing, Philippe. Thank you for listening to me rant. You are too kind, Inquisitor.
+15, ни хрена себе расположение. Это щедро.
Did you hear what Gaspard said to Duke Germain? His own uncle.
Germain bore his nephew's spite better than the rest of the council. Did you see that panicked attaché roaming about?
Well, well. What's this?
Did I see you talking to Duke Cyril de Montfort?
I was merely being polite. Unlike some people.
Я пока не очень понимаю, кто такая Бриала. Начальник служанок, что ли, или кто она? Может, она чья-то шпионка?
My Lord Inquisitor!
May we have a word? It is very important.
The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
I'm always honored to hear from Her Majesty.
Oh, she is the honored one, Inquisitor.
Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in his holy endeavor.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard is defeated.
It's a generous offer.
The Empress believes wholeheartedly that the Inquisition is our best hope for peace in these difficult times.
She looks forward to cementing a formal alliance.
As soon as Gaspard is out of the way.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the masquerade, Inquisitor.
Тонко намекнули, что Гаспара надо убить. Да, в принципе, мне его не жалко. Он тупой вояка.
Just gossip.
This is a private conversation.
Да ты что?
Are all the Delancey's here?
Maker, I hope not.
Угу.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
You only say that because you fancy the Empress's pet apostate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you cannot deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone that? They are the ones who should be brought to heel, if you ask me.
Сэр одобряет. Это тайник, видимо, да? Один из 3. Классно, мы тут поднимем расположение сэра.
I didn't expect the Inquisitor to be so delightful.
Наверху статуэтка.
This is a private conversation.
Я за то, чтобы остановить и храмовников. Магов надо остановить.
If I heard correctly, you'd like to stop the rebel mages. We share a common goal.
I thought you had forged an alliance with the rebel leader Fiona.
The rebels have been reined in. They will be kept under watch.
My steward will contact your ambassador. I have skilled people who could be put to great use.
Gentlemen.
Агент. Так, полезли наверх. За отсутствие расположения двора уменьшается. Сука, нужно больше статуэток. Да ты чё так стремительно-то? Так. Это полезная дверь. А что тут есть? Их зажечь надо, да? Я где-то выписал. Этьен первый, Эльвиль, Этьен второй. Угу. А, они прям вот так просто зажигаются, да? Бля, уже 56. Чё за нах? Опять 56. За что? Мне за что-то подняли. Как будто эта комната считается бальной. А это что такое? Выход. Первый звонок. Иду. Блять. Фу, вышел. 54 расположения, нормас. Так, это сейчас будет танец, да, я тоже выписал.
Well, well, what have we here? The leader of the new Inquisition, fabled herald of the faith. Delivered from the grasp of the Fade by the hand of blessed Andraste herself. What could bring such an exalted creature here to the Imperial Court, I wonder? Do even you know?
We may never know. Courtly intrigues and all that.
Such intrigues obscure much, but not all. I am Morrigan. Some call me advisor to Empress Celine on matters of the arcane. You have been very busy this evening, hunting in every dark corner of the palace. Perhaps you and I hunt the same prey.
I hope so. I could use another ally here.
A sentiment I share, considering recent events.
Recent events?
Recently I found and killed an unwelcome guest within these very halls. An agent of Tevinter. So I offer you this, Inquisitor. A key found on the Tevinter's body. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet if Celine is in danger, I cannot leave her side long enough to search. You can.
Briala's people are whispering about disappearances in the servants' quarters. This key may lead there.
The ambassador does have eyes and ears everywhere, does she not? Proceed with caution, Inquisitor. Enemies abound, and not all of them aligned with Tevinter. What comes next will be most exciting.
Расположение подняла мне.
Emissaries to Kal Shurok have yet to return. I doubt we'll find them alive.
So Valen decided to reach out to them after all?
Not directly. The emissaries came from the Merchant Guild. The expedition was financed by the king.
Надо все еще раз осмотреть.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heralds now.
You should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
Монетку пропустил.
Inquisitor, are you enjoying the ball? This is your first presentation at court, is it not?
I am Lady Marcelette, court historian to Her Imperial Majesty.
Good evening.
Did you hear what Gaspar said to Duke Germain? His own uncle.
I am not talking
his
to you
nephew
until we get home.
spiked better than the rest of the council.
Has anyone seen Lucien? He was supposed to have the servers in the ballroom almost an hour ago.
Вот, еще что-то.
Good to know.
Хорош.
Why would the Empress invite that elf?
Duke Gaspard has made a fortune to lie at Celine has something.
He's fortunate. I wonder if the Lord Inquisitor feels the same.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heralds now.
You should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
This could be worth checking out.
А что это вы? Без оружия. Взять и надеть доспехи. Спасибо.
Caught in the middle of this crap. What fully qualified arsehole stops to kill a cook?
They always kill the servants first, my dear. Otherwise they could run and warn someone.
Oh, sure, reasonable, innit? Friggin' garbage.
Ну ни хрена тут слуги живут. Дорого-богато. Блять, а как тебя... А, во. Хорош.
Should we look around?
This was no servant. What was he doing here?
This man was a council of Herald's emissary. Curious to find him here.
That knife bears a Shallon family crest. Gaspard's crest.
Time to have a word with the Duke. Venatori agents! That must be the Venatori leader.
One less to worry about.
The Venatori were watching this approach. They're organized.
Как детей. Походу мы перекачались. Не то чтобы это плохо. Раз есть такая возможность, почему бы ей не воспользоваться? Я думаю, если бы мы сделали только минимум, ну, чтобы пройти дальше по сюжету, то нам бы здесь пришлось тяжело. Но так как мы закрыли все карты, мы тут будем всех нагибать. Блять, расположение двора падает. В смысле, я думал, оно тут не падает. Вы чё? А как я тогда смотрюсь? Бегу. Стараюсь как могу.
Goodbye.
Ну вообще мы танцем с герцогиней нормально должны поднять. Может даже до 100. Три статуэтки. Ну-ка, F5.
An elven locket, stored away in a palace.
Так, говно, я понял. Оно того не стоит.
Fancy meeting you here. Inquisitor Trevelyan. What a surprise. My report said you were terribly boring. We haven't been properly introduced, have we? I'm Ambassador Briala.
I'm glad to meet you finally, Ambassador.
Your reputation for getting results is well deserved. You cleaned this place out. Will take a month to get all the Tevinter blood off the marble. I came down to save or avenge my missing people. But you've beaten me to it. So, the Council of Herald's emissary in the courtyard. That's not your work, is it?
Gaspard killed him, I think. The knife has a Chalon crest on the hilt.
I knew it. I knew he was smuggling his chevaliers. But killing a council emissary? Bringing Tevinter assassins into the palace? Those are desperate acts. Gaspard must be planning to strike tonight.
Are you sure he's behind this? He was too easygoing for a man plotting treason.
Don't let his charm blind you. He's Orlesian. That smile is his mask. I misjudged you, Inquisitor. You might just be an ally worth having. What could you do with an army of elven spies at your disposal? You should think about it.
I would consider such an alliance.
We can help each other, Inquisitor. We are both outsiders here. I know.
Стопы. Сэра осуждает. Я ее не для того сюда привел.
On your feet!
One less to worry about. Stink like
We haven't been properly introduced, have we? So, the Council of Herald's emissary in the courtyard. Those are desperate acts. Gaspard. What could you do with an army of elven spies at your disposal? You should think about...
What do I have to give you in exchange for this army of spies?
A moment of consideration. I know which way the wind is blowing. I'd bet coin that you'll be part of the peace talks before the night is over. And if you happen to lean a little bit our way, it could prove advantageous to us both. Just a thought.
Does it seem strange that every single person at this party has tried to bribe us?
It's the game, my dear. Everyone plays it here.
Это что такое? А, это второй тайник сэра, хорош. Так, ну мы здесь закончили.
Thank you, Inquisitor.
Не за что. Первый звонок.
Interesting. Did you see that knife-eared servant girl in the kitchen? The ginger.
Keep talking. I am starting to believe I was there.
I need to get one of those.
Don't we all?
Звездец.
Is it true what they say? You're the... We heard stories of your accomplishments.
I'd wait. I told you.
Not everyone fights an archdemon and lives to tell. If you'd...
О, плюс 10.
That would be the second
Сука, сука, сука. Второй, второй, второй. Бегу, бегу.
Inquisitor Trevelyan. We met briefly. I am Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon. Welcome to my party.
Is there something I can do for you, Your Grace?
Indeed you can. I believe tonight you and I are both concerned by the actions of a certain person. Come, dance with me. Spies will not hear us on the dance floor.
Very well. Shall we dance, Your Grace?
I'd be delighted. You are from the Free Marches, are you not? How much do you know about our little war?
I assure you, the effects of this war reach far beyond the borders of the Orlesian Empire.
Perhaps it does. I should not be surprised to find the Empire is the center of everyone's world.
It took great effort to arrange tonight's negotiations. Yet one party would use this occasion for blackest treason. The security of the Empire is at stake. Neither one of us wishes to see it fall.
Do we both want that, Lady Floriane?
I hope we are of one mind on this.
In times like these, it's hard to tell friend from foe. Is it not, Your Grace?
I know you arrived here as a guest of my brother Gaspard, and have been everywhere in the palace. You are a curiosity to many, Inquisitor, and a matter of concern to some.
Am I the curiosity or the concern to you, Your Grace?
A little of both, actually. This evening is of great importance, Inquisitor. I wonder what role you will play in it. Do you even yet know who is friend and who is foe? Who in the court can be trusted?
If I've learned anything, Your Grace, it is to put my trust in no one.
In the Winter Palace, everyone is alone. It cannot have escaped your notice that certain parties are engaged in dangerous machinations tonight.
I thought dangerous machinations were the national sport in Orlais.
You have little time. The attack will come soon. You must stop Gaspard before he strikes. In the Royal Wing Garden, you will find the captain of my brother's mercenaries. He knows all Gaspard's secrets. I'm sure you can persuade him to be forthcoming.
We'll see what the night has in store, won't we?
You'll be the talk of the court for months. We should take you dancing more often.
It's a relief to do something other than fight demons and horrors.
You still face demons and horrors. These ones are simply better dressed.
Were you dancing with Duchess Florian?
More importantly, what happened in the servants' quarters? I heard there was fighting.
I hope you have good news. It appears the peace talks are crumbling.
Morrigan helped me get into the servants' quarters where I found a group of Venatori and Gaspard's dagger.
The man would truly do anything to become Emperor.
Then, the attack on the Empress will happen tonight.
Warning Celine is pointless. She needs these talks to succeed, and to flee would admit defeat.
Then perhaps we should let her die.
You have an idea, Leliana?
What Corypheus wants is chaos. Even with Celine alive, that could still happen. To foil his plan, the Empire must remain strong. This evening, someone must emerge victorious.
And it doesn't need to be Celine. She's right.
Do you realize what you're suggesting, Leliana?
Sometimes the best path is not the easiest one.
Нет, я не согласен. Мы спасем императрицу. Но она же и так уже императрица. Все остальные только претендуют.
We came here to save Celine.
Then you must not only save her life, but also her empire.
That means giving her a victory over both Gaspard and Briala.
If there truly is proof Gaspard's in league with Corypheus, that would be a start.
What did Duchess Florian tell you?
She said Gaspard's mercenary captain is in the Royal Wing. That he knows about the assassination.
Which could be a trap.
Or a lead. Either way, you should search the private quarters in that wing for clues.
Then get me access. And in the meantime, get your soldiers into position.
At once. Be careful, Inquisitor.
Так, я так понимаю, теперь мы можем походить. Потому что...
Is it true the Inquisitor was handed out of the Fate by Andraste?
Are you happy to see me at all, Josie?
It may not have been wise to attend this particular engagement.
Нас никто не торопит.
I didn't want to come. Mother made Or are there
me.
more Inquisition?
At least Haram Sharal has true the Inquisitor was handed out of the Fate by Andraste?
Inquisitor, to what do we owe this honor?
We are always delighted to speak with you, of course. Her Imperial Majesty is unfortunately occupied at present.
My investigations turned up something interesting. It concerns the Grand Duke. He's made a lot of threats to the Council of Heralds.
The Grand Duke is all talk, Inquisitor.
Very loud talk, accompanied by swords. He has never had any skill at the game.
I found Gaspard's knife in the servants' quarters. It was used to murder a council emissary. His own sister told me that he intends to assassinate the Empress tonight.
Are you quite certain of this?
That would be treason.
How scandalous! There must be some mistake.
Do you have proof of this? Something Her Majesty can take to the nobles? You must find proof so she can arrest Gaspard. She would never call off negotiations, even to save her own life.
My investigations turned up something interesting. It concerns Ambassador Brialla. She killed ambassadors from both Celine and Gaspard and forged documents to both sides.
How despicable!
After the Empress extended her hospitality? She's better at the game than we thought.
Her people have infiltrated every part of the Winter Palace.
This is extremely alarming, Inquisitor.
She could be spying on our every word. How exciting!
I'd like to know more about the negotiation.
The war... But the night is young, and Her Majesty will do everything. And she throws the best...
Perhaps you could tell me something.
And of course... She doesn't care much for liver, and she drinks a...
Good.
Окей. Вы стойте здесь.
It's been too long since
You
I've
have
had
such
any work
beautiful
done by the
hair,
way.
Commander. Thank you.
Look at Lady Cambion's slippers, trimmed with pearls and emeralds. And those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll sink right to the bottom. What a disaster.
There's a Tevinter assassin on the loose, and you're concerned about buckles on shoes.
Everyone needs a hobby. Besides, you can learn a great deal about a person from their clothing. Gold and jewels on a dancing slipper. But these are all useful questions.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
Very interesting. It may not help our investigation, but we can put it to use. A little more dirt like this, and we might have some leverage in the court. If you find more, let me know.
Обязательно.
Lord Inquisitor,
Would you care to dance, Lady Mantillon?
you, Inquisitor, are a delight. One does not often find foreigners so well versed in the game. But you have other dances to perform first. Perhaps you will save me a dance for later?
Good evening, Melissa.
О, квест дала. Окей. А шо, а где?
Where is that lazy elf? I sent him down to the cellar for more wine hours ago.
Так. В 10-й раз по кругу.
I am not talking to you until we get home.
Fine by me.
Boring.
Да ж ты... Нам сюда, что ли?
The reports from the Minrathous Ambassadoria are particularly disturbing.
Where are they getting it from?
More importantly, who is selling it? The Carta?
I cannot believe you then.
I cannot believe you found out at all. Drinking water and glowering like a Ferelden turnip.
We should have stayed at home. This was such a mistake. I am not talking to you until we get home.
Fine by me.
Опа. Статуй. Хорошо.
am not talking to you until we get home.
Fine by me.
Just gossip.
Скотина, а?
Leave us.
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heroes now.
You should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
Как они небрежно со своими письмами обходятся. Что для них мусор, для нас сокровище.
Did you hear what Gaspard said to Duke Germain? His own uncle.
Germain bore his nephew's spite better than the rest of the council.
Duke
Did you see
Gaspard
that
wants
man
another
in
bottle of
Tashi
brandy.
roaming about?
We'd better have 2 or 3 at the ready.
Interesting. Well, that's useful.
Кстати, глянем, что здесь. Знамя Орлея. Фуфло. Монетка.
Inquisitor.
What a pleasant surprise.
Perhaps you could tell
In the event that there...
a great pit.
Another.
И чё, ты ж бесполезный.
It walks on 3 legs at teeth. But if I take the fox across with a second ring...
Stick.
Блин.
And
Ну,
one of them always lies.
это не бесполезное место. Все-таки мы взяли знамя и мы взяли монетку. Так что пока переигрывать не будем. Тут ничего нового не появилось. Жаль, что я не разбойник. Дверь заперта осталась. Не смогу я ее взломать. Увы. Так, окей. Надо сдать Лилиане все, что мы нарыли. Да ты достал. Она когда-нибудь сработает? Опять замок. Засранцы. Почему нет магии вскрыть замок? Это же самая очевидная магия.
The reports from the Minrath's ambassadoria are particularly disturbing.
Well, that's useful.
Наконец-то. В принципе, мы добьем до соточки, когда будем возле фонтана. Поговорите с послом Бриалой.
Her Grace's Chamberlain has disappeared as usual.
When my third husband, Pierre, lost his life to Rosalia,
Mistress
I
Nightingale.
swore off marriage forever.
So many crimes of fashion.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
We can use this.
26 я отнес. А собрал 13. Это как так? Это что-то не бьется математика.
Inquisitor Trevelyan. Slumming even more than usual, I see. You've charmed some of the nobles. We'll see how long you can keep their favor. What brings you to me?
You might be interested in what I've found. It's about you, actually. You murdered negotiators and stole their documents.
In Orlesian politics, Inquisitor, murder and intrigue barely count as trying. If that shocked you, wait until Celine shows her hand.
You murdered negotiators and stole their documents.
In Orlesian politics, if that shocked you. Of course they are. I'd be a poor spy master. Not.
My friend, come in. You've been busily charming the court, I see.
I discovered something you might be interested in. It's about Brianna.
What is she trying to accomplish? She's a difficult adversary to predict. There's no telling what move.
I discovered something you might be interested in. It's about you, in fact. Want to tell me why you are threatening the members of the Council of Heralds?
The language of politics, Inquisitor. If you cannot bribe politicians, you threaten them into backing down. Most of the Council are Celine's lapdogs. There was little chance I could win their support any other way.
I have the orders issued to your general to sneak troops into the palace.
Of course I did. The Winter Palace is hardly neutral ground for our peace talk. I would be disappointed in Celine if she were not using this opportunity to set a trap. And while we rarely agree on anything, I have never yet been disappointed in our Empress. Most of the Council are Celine. Who would try to pin such a crime on me? And...
Так, ладно.
Lady Nightingale makes
I have an idea.
More
More servers in the ballroom.
Что за нахрен? Двадцать 26 из 33. 7 из 10. Статуэток собраны.
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Gaspard will ruin us all.
Полтора часа уже, ни хрена себе. Мы еще и не укладываемся.
I am not talking to you until we get home.
Fine by me.
Да что за фигня-то? Почему ты раздетый опять? Посох.
Room after room, and for what? Ruffle storage? Real useful.
Двадцать 28 из 30 собрано. Да ты чё? Мы походу квест-то выполним. Что такое?
Thank you.
It's all right now. You're safe.
Safe? I don't know if I believe in safe anymore. No one's supposed to be here. Brianna said... Oh, I shouldn't have trusted her.
Briala told you to come to this wing of the palace.
Not personally. The ambassador can't be seen talking to the servants. We get coded messages at certain locations, but the order came from her. She's been watching the Grand Duke all night. No surprise she wanted someone to search his sister's room.
If there's a reason you distrust Briala, I want to hear it.
I knew her. Before. When she was Celine's pet. Now she wants to play revolution, but I remember. She was sleeping with the Empress who purged our alienage.
Вот это похоже на компромат.
She probably did send you to your death.
If the Inquisition will protect me, I'll tell you everything I know about our ambassador.
Knew it. I did. And I bet the hates made it feel real good.
Go to the ballroom. Find Commander Cullen. He'll keep you safe.
Thank you. Make her protect you, Inquisitor.
Да. Это компромат на Бриалу. Так, а что там за дверь была? Подожди-ка.
Hello? Is anyone there?
4, блядь. 5 надо, у меня 4. Так у меня не хватит.
What's this then? Swapping all the gold leaf with diamonds, I bet.
Погоди. Может, я могу уже сдать Лилиане. Что это?
I am not talking to you until we get home.
Fine by me.
Я просто слышал там звук разрыва. Очень может быть, что это точка невозврата.
Maximilian swept me off my feet.
Mistress Nightingale.
So many crimes of fashion.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
They'll never live this down.
My dear Maximilian, it took 4 chevaliers to hunt down the bear that killed him.
Ну, я не знаю, 28 из 30 найдено. Где еще искать? Блять, теперь он в шапке, но без доспеха. Как это работает? Сюда у нас статуэток не хватает.
You painted Orlesian assholes! When I get out of this, I'll butcher you like the pigs you are!
А ну-ка. Статуэтка. Монетка. Золото себе оставьте. В такие времена живем. Капитализация мощной корпорации может превышать бюджет империи. Статуэтка — это хорошо. Это мы сейчас откроем что-нибудь. Еще одна. Так, еще один компроматик. Один маленький такой компроматик.
What happened?
Понятно же, что
It's not what it
случилось.
looks like. Honestly, I would have preferred it if it were what it looks like. The Empress led me to believe I would be rewarded for betraying the Grand Duke. This was not what I hoped for.
I can imagine what you thought your reward would be.
Please, I beg you, don't tell Gaspard. The Empress beguiled me into giving her information about plans for troop movements in the palace tonight. She knows everything. Everything. The Duke's surprise attack has been countered before it ever began. She's turned it into a trap. The moment he strikes, she'll have him arrested for treason.
She'll be all prim, but here's you with your bits out.
Clever Celine. Even I'm impressed.
Компромат на Селину, нахрена нам? Не-не-не, нам нужна Селина.
Don't breathe a word about this.
I can promise that. I have no intention of dying, Inquisitor. If Gaspard didn't kill me for this, Celine would.
Нам дали расположение двора -3, но у нас что-то ничего не изменилось. Соточка. Как было, так и осталось. Так, ладно. Займемся своим непосредственным делом.
Inquisitor, what a pleasure. I wasn't certain you'd attend. You're such a challenge to read. I had no idea if you'd taken my bait.
I fear I'm a bit busy at the moment if you were looking for a dance partner.
Yes, I see that. Such a pity you did not save one final dance for me. It was kind of you to walk into my trap so willingly. I was so tired of your meddling. Corypheus insisted that the Empress die tonight, and I would hate to disappoint him.
At this point, I'd think disappointment was an old friend.
You poor deluded thing. You don't know half of what Samson and I have planned. And now I suppose you never will. In their darkest dreams, no one imagines I would assassinate Celine myself. All I need is to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. A pity you'll miss the rest of the ball, Inquisitor. They'll be talking of it for years. Kill him, and bring me his marked hand. It will make a fine gift for the Master.
And trust his tits, what was all that? Were those demons? There aren't any more of those blasted demons coming, right?
Good eye. Those were definitely demons.
Maker bless me. Demons? How could there be demons in the fucking Winter Palace? I knew Gaspard was a bastard, but I didn't think he'd feed me to fucking horrors over a damn bill.
Duke Gaspard lured you out here.
Well, his sister. But it had to come from him, didn't it? And all that garbage she was spewing doesn't mean anything. Gaspard had to be the mastermind.
Интересно.
Your accent sounds Ferelden. I thought you were one of Gaspard's mercenaries.
Born and raised in Denerim. Seems like I should have stayed there. The Duke wanted to move on the palace tonight, but he didn't have enough fancy chevaliers. So he hired me and my men. He had to offer us triple our usual pay to come to Orlais. Stinking punsy cheesemongers.
Want a new job? One that pays better? The Inquisition can always use a good mercenary company.
You hiring? I'm game. Anything's better than this bullshit. You want me to talk to the Empress or the court or sing a blasted song in a chantry? I'll do it.
Отлично. Так, все, на всех компромат есть. Что-то я не понял, а где нычка? От разрыва. Точно ведь что-то оставалось. Куда она делась?
To arms! Done! To arms! Minotauri! To arms!
Ну да. Но статуэток у нас уже нету.
Is it true, the...
Обломалась.
Thank the Maker you're back. The Empress will begin her speech soon. What should we do?
Публично рассказать о преступлении. А, вот, давай.
Wait here, Cullen. I'm going to have a word with the Grand Duchess.
What? There's no time. The Empress will begin her speech any moment.
We owe the court one more show, Your Grace.
Inquisitor.
The eyes of every noble in the Empire are upon us, Your Grace. Remember to smile. This is your party. You wouldn't want them to think you had lost control.
Who would not be delighted to speak with you, Inquisitor?
I seem to recall you saying all I needed was to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. When your archers failed to kill me in the garden, I feared you wouldn't save me this last dance. It's so easy to lose your good graces. You even framed your brother for the murder of a council emissary. It was an ambitious plan. Celine, Gaspard, the entire Council of Heralds, all your enemies under one roof.
This is very entertaining, but you do not imagine anyone believes your wild stories?
That will be a matter for a judge to decide, cousin.
Gaspard? You cannot believe this. You know I would never... Gaspard?
You lost this fight ages ago, Your Grace. You're just the last to find out. Your Imperial Majesty, I think we should speak in private. Elsewhere.
Your sister attempted regicide in front of the entire court, Gaspard.
You're the spy master. If anyone knew this atrocity was coming, it was you.
You don't deny your involvement.
I do deny it. I knew nothing of Florian's plans. But you knew it all and did nothing.
I don't know which is better. That you think I'm all-seeing, or that you're trying so hard to play innocent, and failing.
Enough! We will not bicker while Tevinter plots against our nation. For the safety of the Empire, I will have answers.
С Флорианой мне помогла Бриала. Нет, я хочу обоих убрать. Единство Империи важно.
Your captain tells me you spent all night sneaking mercenaries into the palace, Gaspard. You intended to attack.
And where did your troops come from, Inquisitor? If sneaking men into the palace is damning, then we are both damned.
I have the word of your mercenary captain. He'll testify that you intended to attack tonight.
Hired thugs. I didn't expect you to stoop so low, cousin.
Don't be naive, Celine. The only difference between a mercenary and a common soldier is a uniform.
By all means, continue to protest your innocence, Gaspard. We find this performance endlessly fascinating.
There were also the threats Gaspard made to the Council of Heralds to bully them into giving him the crown.
Gaspard is a bully. Is that the worst you can say of me?
He also ordered his general to sneak troops into the Winter Palace.
Thank you, Inquisitor. There can be no doubt of your treason, Gaspard.
No, it seems there cannot.
In light of overwhelming evidence, we have no choice but to declare you an enemy of the Empire. You are hereby sentenced to death.
Во, казнить Гаспара Бриала тоже будет наказано.
Of course, Brialla helped him betray Orlais.
Don't be absurd.
Was it someone else who murdered the Imperial ambassadors in order to draw out the negotiations?
You killed negotiators?
Even if I did this, you can't touch me. Not without starting riots in every slum and alienage in Orlais.
The elves won't protect her once they know about her involvement with you during the purge of Halam Shirao.
Thank you, Inquisitor, for all your efforts tonight. I owe you my life, and Orlais owes you its future. You have done a service for the Empire never to be forgotten, my friend. This piece is your doing. You truly are the instrument of Andraste. Orlais will never forget your part in this, nor will I. Lords and ladies of the court, the civil war which has plagued us is at an end. The Orlesian Empire is whole again. Those who drove us into war for selfish gain have been dealt with as traitors. Gaspard de Chalon is guilty of treason. He is no longer our cousin and shall never again hold title or land in Orlais. We have lost enough. No more! Now, we can move forward to healing and restoration. In our hour of need, the Inquisition has faced these dangers beside us. It is the honor of Orlais to stand with Andraste's herald to end this crisis. And in ages to come, our children and grandchildren can say that we left them a brighter world. Will you address the court, my friend?
Our enemy is clever. He manipulated the highest-ranking members of the court. If we want victory, we will have to fight him in more ways than one.
We of the court must use our resources. Not every battle is won on the field, but that is tomorrow. Tonight, feast, my friends. Enjoy our victory. There will be many more to come.
The Orlesian nobility make drunken toasts to your victory, and yet you are not present to hear them. Do you tire so quickly of their congratulations, Inquisitor? 'Tis most fickle, after all your efforts on their behalf.
Everyone suddenly wants to talk to me. You, at least, I'm glad to see.
Then I have happy news, as you shall be seeing a great deal more of me. By imperial decree, I have been named liaison to the Inquisition. Celine wishes to offer you any and all aid, including mine. Congratulations.
Welcome to the Inquisition, Morrigan.
A most gracious response. I shall meet you at Skyhold.
Is everything all right? You look troubled.
I wish I could have done something to save Gaspard. He didn't need to die.
It was regrettable, but he made his choice when he declared his war. His death was his own doing, not yours. Is there anything I can do? Can I get you anything? A drink, perhaps?
Would you care to dance with me, Lady Josephine?
I was hoping you'd ask, my lord.
The matter is urgent, Lady Josephine.
I am well aware of that, revered mother.
We will need them to return to Val Royeaux as soon as possible. There are ceremonies, ordinations. Maker's mercy.
That's quite impossible at the moment. However, I will see to this matter as soon as possible.
My Lord Inquisitor. Please, may I have a word with you?
How may I assist you, revered mother?
With the political turmoil put to rest, our minds turn to a single question. The next divine. We cannot answer it without the left and right hands of Divine Justinia V.
I have already told you, revered mother. Lady Leliana and Seeker Cassandra cannot be spared from their duties.
But surely with the support of the Empire, the Inquisition will not be harmed by the loss of just 2 souls.
Josephine has already told you this is impossible.
The Inquisitor has only just returned and has important business to attend to. You must excuse us, revered mother. Don't let them detract from your victory at Alam-Shiral. We've beaten his wardens and stopped his intrigues. Soon, Corypheus will have no place to hide. Cullen is hoping to press our advantage. We'll plan our next attack when you're ready.
Окей. Но нам пора заканчивать. Серию будем заканчивать. Ссылка на плейлист в описании. Подписывайся на канал, ставь лайк, оставляй несколько комментариев. Все, всем пока.